Meantime, back here, the fight over affordable housing in Corpus Christi is getting messier and now landing in court after concerns that hundreds of millions of dollars in apartment properties were quietly being pulled off of tax rolls. Nueces County is suing the Corpus Christi Housing Authority, claiming deals were made without proper public notice.
Yeah, those agreements are now paused, and both sides say the future of workforce housing is on the line. Michael Gibson is here tonight with what has changed and what happens next. Michael?
This all started out as an effort to keep rents affordable for working families. But city and county leaders say the way those tax abatement deals were approved may have crossed a legal line that would cost taxpayers millions. The housing director already lost his job over all of this, and the new board has reversed course. And now this issue has now again triggered a lawsuit that could reshape how affordable housing is handled in Corpus Christi moving forward. Here at the Villas of Ocean Drive, life is calm, quiet, and for many residents, affordable. People like Macho Rosario say this place isn't just an apartment complex, it's stability. Rosario works as a server at a local restaurant and qualifies for reduced rent, something he says he can't afford to lose.
So it's one of those things that I can honestly say, if it was to be taken away, it would definitely have a drastic turn on how I'm living there and me just continuing to live there.
The Villas of Ocean Drive is just one of several apartment complexes across Corpus Christi that signed on to deals with the Corpus Christi Housing Authority. Those agreements would have taken roughly $500 million worth of properties off our tax rolls in exchange for setting aside units for low-income renters. But county leaders say how those deals were approved is now under serious question.
The issue is if they violated the Open Meetings Act that we all have to follow in positions that we're in, that can't be allowed, because then people will be doing backroom deals in smoke-filled rooms again, and we can't have that.
That concern has now escalated into a lawsuit. Nueces County is suing the Corpus Christi Housing Authority, claiming the tax abatement agreements were approved without proper public notice, violating the state transparency laws. But supporters of the program say the Housing Authority was simply using a tool created by the Texas legislature.
The Corpus Christi Housing Authority didn't invent this program. This program was invented by the state legislature. There are thousands of housing authorities all across Texas, and there are hundreds and hundreds of properties just like the tax abatements put on the properties in Corpus Christi being done all over the state by local housing authorities to provide affordable housing.
Bruggeman owns 4 properties tied up in the controversy, deals that may never now receive tax abatements because of the pause and pending lawsuits. His coalition says they want to keep workforce housing intact while fixing whatever process issues exist.
We want to continue to be willing participants and do anything that's necessary to save this workforce housing deal in Corpus Christi and keep it going for the long term.
Even within the Housing Authority, there's debate about how far the program should go. Board member Joe McComb says affordable housing should focus on those in the most desperate situations, not becoming a long-term substitute for market housing.
The real focus from the Housing Authority needs to be those, and that was the whole purpose of a Housing Authority, was to try to help those that really couldn't help themselves. And it was not a permanent solution in many cases, even though some live a long time in the public housing. The goal is to give...
With hundreds of millions of dollars in potential tax revenue at stake, county leaders say transparency is not negotiable until a judge weighs in. Those tax abatement deals remain on hold, and the future of several affordable housing complexes are uncertain.